Hey guys, and welcome to the Max Life. So I just showed y'all a clip of Juliet. So an update there on her is obviously she is doing much better. After much thinking and processing, I believe what happened, and of course we can't say for sure because we weren't able to see it, but I honestly think what happened to her is she is a nipper. And what I mean by that is Border Collies are herding dogs. So they work to herd things up. They want to round things up. So she is a nipper, which means she gets real close to animals and nips at them. She does not bite, okay? Nipping and biting are two totally different things. But nipping, she puts her teeth on them to put pressure on them. Romeo keeps his distance, but Juliet likes to get up close. And I believe she probably got stepped on by a cow. She had to have a couple of days to rest up, which we provided for her. Did some good herbal wraps for her leg, and she is recovering very well. Today, I'm gonna be out in the greenhouse, and if you don't have a greenhouse, that's okay. I have some tips and tricks that I think you guys are going to enjoy, plus seeing me make a mini greenhouse that is very cost effective and will help you with your plant starts. And I'm going to be unboxing a Happy from Vigo that I think you guys are going to like. I think I'm gonna like it, and I think you guys are gonna like it, but we're gonna get there in just a little while. Then I have some seeds that I'm gonna start planting. I need to start some of those seeds. So I've got some soil over in my greenhouse. I've got my seeds that I want to get started, so let's go. Using just this umbrella and what you already have at home, your pots, your plants, you can make a mini greenhouse that will save your plants from a couple of things, bad weather being one of them. So if you have small plants like what I'm fixing to show you, my very small squash plant, you're going to leave that outside in a pot and an absolute storm comes and just completely floods your plant is going to get so beat down. Here's a wonderful solution. Critters. I've had lots of people talking to me about critters this year. With an umbrella, and I'm just going to show you exactly how I'm going to set mine up. With an umbrella going over your pot will help keep birds out, squirrels out, rabbits, or anything else that can hop over into your pots and start nibbling on your small plant. This is just a temporary solution for your plants when they're very small. This is one solution. I'm going to give you another option. If you go to the dollar store and you get those baskets that have holes in them, they're like little metal baskets, you can also take those and flip those upside down over your plants, where it builds like a temporary cage over your plant, so that while your plant is so young and tender and it's trying to grow and get stronger and healthier, you don't have critters bugging your plants. So that's another option that you could do, but I like the umbrella a little bit better than the waste basket. Not only is it gonna help protect from hard rains, winds, and stuff like that, it also provides an entrapment area to help keep the heat inside, because most people are planting when the weather is still trying to decide what it wants to do. You know, it's kind of in that process of going from spring to summer, and you have cold nights and cold mornings and really hot days, or at least that's the way it is here in South Mississippi. So being able to put that over my pot is helping protect it from frost, from cold, wind, heavy rains, hail, just a number of things that this can be used to help protect your little plants. So I think by using an umbrella over your pots is a wonderful idea. If you can't build a big greenhouse and you plant in pots, this is literally a perfect option. I got 4 umbrellas that will fit over my big pots for $27, I believe it was. So for $27, if you already have the pots, you already have your plants, you're providing little mini greenhouses. That is an absolute wonderful solution to being able to make your own greenhouse without having to break the bank. Now, I already have a big pot of things planted that I was able to store in my greenhouse over winter, but I'm going to show you, if I were going to plant in pots and I wanted to start some things in the summer and planting inside was not an option, and I wanted to go the pot route. I am going to clip this handle off so that I have this very nice long stick, and I can use this to stick right over in my pot. So I'm about to get started. I just have some regular clippers. We're gonna hope this is enough, but I'm gonna clip this end off so that I can get this over a pot and make myself a mini greenhouse. So you guys can see that was easy enough. I needed to get that big hooked part off, and now I'm going to use my pot that I have right here in front of me. I'm going to show you guys what it looks like. This is a really big pot. I have some water mints, some chives, and a citronella over here. But even if you weren't into growing herbs and you wanted to do the squash like I showed you, tomato plants, anything like that that you were starting that was very small, that you were going to put over into your pot, while it is small, like I told you guys, the rains could beat it down, critters in and out of your pots. This is a wonderful way to help protect these small, delicate plants that you put over in your pot. Not only to mention, it's going to help control the heat by trapping the heat inside. Now, this umbrella is a little bit bigger than my pot, so what I'm going to do is continue to push it down until my pot meets the umbrella. Obviously, you can see that I'm in my greenhouse, and this is not really needed for me, but I wanted to show you guys just how simple it would be to makeshift a mini greenhouse that could prove to be so beneficial for your really young plants that you were putting in your pot. Now I want to open up my Vigo box and show you what I have self-watering, which is a pretty cool thing. I've got to get this out. I've got to get it put together. My helper is going to help me. It's okay. It's okay. I can pick it up.
I get stuff now.
All right. Look. Now let's put the. Look. Let's put the. Can you put that back on for me?
Yeah, I'll put it back in. Double. We'll turn the water on.
All right. Let's turn it on. Yeah, that one right there. Put it right there and fill it up.
Oh, I feel this a little.
Turn it off. No, turn it off. There you go. All right, you got to dig a deep hole, okay? Put it way down in there. What'd you plant? You don't even know what you planted? Say squash.
Oh.
Squash?
Yeah, what did you find?
Yeah, I found it, and then I did what?
You found it and it was all rooted.
It has some seeds in it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. There was some roots in it.
Yeah, but what did you say, Yay? That was fun? You like doing that? You like helping me put it together? So that was really, really easy, y'all. And the coolest thing about this system is it is a self-watering system. So y'all saw us put water right here in the tank. This shows you how full or not full it is, and you can also adjust the amount of water. It's got wheels on the bottom as well, where if you do happen to need to move this around and you have like a concrete back porch or a deck or whatever, you can actually move this thing around, because the first step, number one, said put the wheels on the bottom. But you also have a water regulator right here where you can adjust the water flows. So really, really cool concept. And if you guys want to know where I got this from, I'm going to put a link down in the description where you guys can just click on that and go check out their stuff that they have on their website. But I'm super excited. So I picked squash to go in here for a couple of different reasons. Number one, I want this to stay in my greenhouse because I can open and close the greenhouse. Now, it does not have to be in my greenhouse. Usually we put squash in the ground, but I battled squash bugs really bad last year, and they love squash and they love zucchini and they love watermelon, but mostly squash and zucchini. I said squash bugs, y'all, but I mean vine borers. And what they do, guys, when these plants grow up and they literally vine, the squash borers or the vine borers will go into the base of the plants, eat out the inside all the way to the tips. But basically, once they get into the bottom of the inside, they've already done so much damage that the ends start suffering anyway, and your plant is just about lost. Unless you can find the damage, like initially, there has been no type of companion planting that I have found to work against the vine borers. I have read things like cover the tips of the roots with the aluminum foil. I have not found anything, y'all, that worked. I kept them buried. I've done everything that I could possibly think of. So my whole purpose of this was to get these squash going. I'm going to leave them here in my contraption. You see multiple layers there to run my vines up. It is so hot in my greenhouse in summer, so this was like the perfect idea to have this self-watering system where the water goes. Y'all saw the water tank right here, and this thing is full of water. So I can adjust the flow of water coming in. If obviously squash, tomatoes, things like that, like not wet soil, but they don't like to be without water. So since this is staying in my greenhouse, I'm going to try to keep it in here and the bugs out. And it gets so hot in here, even with my big fan circulation system, it still will need a lot of water. So this was perfect for me. Yes, even if you water overnight, or yes, you water first thing in the morning. If I can't get out here and the squash is really, really thirsty, I don't have to worry about it dying because this is self-regulated on watering. So I said all that to say I'm super pumped about that. This was kind of like my solution to putting all the pieces of the puzzle together. I got very few handfuls of squash last year because I had them planted here before. I've had them planted in other beds. I have tried to fool them and put them in several different places, and I thought, you know what, maybe if they come to one place, at least they'll be there and I'll have some in the other. No, they take out everything. It is so frustrating. So this is my next option. I am going to still companion plant inside this greenhouse with some fresh peppermint plant. So I'm doing all of the things to try to save my squash this year. So I'm excited about that. Last and not least, I have my live plant that I got from Vigo. This is Jewel Mix Squash Peppermint. So I've got it all in there. I'm completely done with that. I'm hoping that the two companion plants will help ward off on top of it being in the greenhouse. But guys, I have some things I need to get planted, so I'm about to quickly get started there. What I'm planting, where I got it from, and then I am going to say goodbye to y'all. Basil, obviously, these are my seeds that I have kept. Basil is a wonderful companion plant. I always put it with tomatoes. This is echinacea or coneflower. Wonderful, wonderful medicinal herb to have on hand. It is pretty, and I do like to use the flowers, but I also use the flowers, the leaves, and the roots from this plant. This is dill. Obviously, some is from Hulse, and you can see some in the bottom that I have kept. So I'm going to be planting some dill as well. Flowers from the bees. Obviously, these are ones that I have kept. These are peppers that I have kept. Feverfew, which is wonderful again for the bees, but so many medicinal uses. These right here are actually all from Survival Garden Seeds medicinal kit. There's 36 herbs. Wonderful kit to have on hand, y'all. So this year, new for me is stinging nettle. I'm about to get that planted right now. I'm super excited to have stinging nettle, my own plant, on hand. So also chamomile. I kept some seeds last year. and then I lost them. So that's a problem. I'm glad I had my medicinal herbs on hand because I do like to use chamomile a lot. It is a wonderful, wonderful tea. And cayenne peppers. This was also in their medicinal kit. There's 36 different seed packets. I will also put the link to that for you guys if you're interested. Survival Garden Seeds has some really, really cool packets already put together for you guys. I will also be planting some zinnias. Of course, this comes from Halls as well. David seeds. I'm going to be doing some sunflowers, some zinnias. Again, some of these are for the bees. I love to make arrangements in the summer, so those are kind of just for me and the bees. Also, tomatoes. These are also from David's. I have some of mine in the cabinet. I'm not starting those today. These are proven germinated bell peppers that I tested. Kept the pepper, tested the seeds before it got too cold. They germinated, so obviously I kept those seeds. So I'm going to be planting all those things today. I'm getting my seed trays out. I'm going to get my soil ready. I'm going to get these seeds over in those trays. More asparagus are going to be moved out soon and very soon, so I will have room for all of my seed trays. And off to work I go. And what do we say, Jennings?
Happy homesteading, y'all.
Happy homesteading, y'all.